6'7", and he makes me look small.
Then he was crunching then. He was crunching then because I didn't see him that long. I don't know.
I mean, you do stand
next to me often.
That's
what it was. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I'm used to it. Who knows? I was wearing heels. Who knows? Okay, so my pick is Wilder. Barely. What? I know, no surprise there to a lot of people.
What do you mean Wilder barely?
I'm picking Wilder. Because I don't know, I kind of feel like Ortiz might give him problems, but I hope it turns out to be a great fight. Because if it does, then it could maybe, I don't know if it will legitimize Wilder. I don't want to say that word because I feel like, but it would give fans, you know, I don't know, it would kind of help fans give Wilder a little bit more respect if he does beat Ortiz like convincingly well. I don't want to draw. I don't want none of that bullshit. I want like a really good performance and a really good fight for him.
Don't discredit the opponent when Wilder does the Wilder on him. There are a lot of people.
But hey, I heard a rumor. I heard a motherfucking rumor that Ortiz fucking hand is broken. Did you hear that? Did any of you guys hear that?
I saw it. I saw him winning.
You saw it, right?
No, I want to know when you people say I heard a rumor. When you say that,
on IG.
Like, what does that mean? In 2018, what does I heard a rumor mean?
I saw it on the internet.
I don't know. That's what people are saying.
No, but you said you heard it. Explain what that means.
Where'd you pick the news up?
Meaning, okay, what you're trying to say is there any credible source behind what I've heard? No, there is no credible source. But
how did you
I'm
hear
just going to bring it up to see. Oh, I heard it through social media, Twitter and Instagram.
Okay. What did you see?
I just saw fans saying it. I didn't see like a credible actual source, like anybody like tagging an article or anything like that. I'm just hearing people saying that. So I'm like wondering if you guys know anything about that, and maybe you can let us know if you have investigated it or you find out.
Yeah, because Ness said that. I asked about the same thing about the black gloves, and Ness said, "Yo, they showed their hands."
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but that's because you and Monster Piece, y'all on the same level.
No, we did.
Y'all casuals. Y'all casuals.
Yeah.
Y'all fell for the same bullshit.
Yeah, I'm fine with being a casual.
I'm not falling for it. Why am I falling for it? Why me asking about it is me falling for it? All I'm saying is like, if you guys hear about it, do you know anything about it? If you don't think it's true, then that's fine. Then that's good.
No, we don't think it's true.
So he got ejected in his hand.
Louis Ortiz showed his hands on camera. Louis the Kubis was smacking his hand, going like that, and showing everybody, no, look, he got nothing. He got scar tissue there. You can see how many years ago that is. It's old. Like, people making a lot of nothing out of nothing is what they said.
Yeah, I think they're
trying to get it
with the point that I was trying to make.
What's up with the black gloves?
My thing is this, right? Like, if you don't, you don't follow the boxing voice, and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know, right? But you have to follow someone else, like someone else other than Mickey Mouse, Jim, and Jay, who are saying on your social media that Louis Ortiz's hand is hurt. Someone else on your feed has to be legitimate.
Right. I saw it on YouTube.
But I'm talking to you too.
I'm answering you. And I'm saying I saw it on YouTube, and then I saw the black gloves, and then everybody saw that picture where he had that little bump on his hand. So I was like, yo, what's that? And then after that, I saw the gloves. So when I jumped on the boxing voice, I asked you directly, yo, what was up with the black gloves?
Man, fake shit, man. Fake fucking news. Masterpiece. We're gonna move on. Gracias. See you later, alligator.
Adios. Adios.
Okay,
let's get out to legendary boxer.
So what's up, man? I mean, how come you guys aren't even talking about Tyson the fucking coward? Once he started getting his ass kicked, he started biting fucking people's ears off. Now let's just do some hypothetical. Let's say Wilder started getting his ass kicked this weekend, and he started fucking biting Ortiz's ear. You think these fucking bitch ass punks are gonna call in and defend him like they defend Tyson? Do you think so?
Of course not.
You think Matt's fucking punk ass is gonna defend Wilder if he starts biting his ears like multiple times?
No, because Tyson beat Larry Holmes.
Oh, okay. Tyson beat fucking old ass fucking Larry Holmes, so he can bite people's ears off after he's getting his ass kicked.
Holmes 30-0. What you talking about?
Tyson can stand up there. Tyson can stand up there and say racist rants and talk about assaulting people's babies, and fucking punks like all these fucking guys are gonna kiss his ass and they're gonna bash Wilder. Like, imagine if Wilder started saying half the shit that Tyson used to say. How this fucking punk ass snowflake media would treat him.
I want to eat your kids.
He should say that. I say something like that to AJ. I'm gonna rip your heart out. I'm gonna slam on the floor.
That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Tyson was talking about people's kids and people's families and people's race. He didn't. AJ is the one who called white people inferior. So you need to check your facts, casual.
Yeah. Tyson would tell a female reporter, "Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Only thing I do with women is I fuck them." Yo, come on. Tyson was off the rocker.
Right.
Yeah, I think the worst thing he ever did was bite Holyfield because he was getting his ass humiliated. He was getting schooled like a little fucking boy. And he was so embarrassed by getting schooled like an old man, he had to bite his ear to distract him.
That was a different fight, man. He's medicated now.
Oh, okay. That's the new mic now? It was a crackhead mic. That's the new mic? Like the new Oscar? Okay, we gotta fix it. Okay.
Mike Tyson. Roach's Mike Tyson that would have gave AJ a problem and you would have tuned in to watch the fight. So stop it.
Dylan White almost knocked out AJ. Who the fuck is AJ? Shut the fuck, man. Fuck out of here. AJ's a fucking glass chin robot. That's why he wants to fight Gerald Miller next. He wants to fight Povetkin next. Fuck out of here.
Legendary boxer.
Matt's afraid of you.
What's your IG so I can see if you're overweight?
What am I afraid of? What is this guy says?
You afraid of that official debate he bringing? Them facts.
Nah, he's just bringing the personality.
I just want to watch Wilder bite his ear off tomorrow so Matt can come and defend him and call him a legend too. You know?
Ivy League students scouted at in freaking Ivy Leagues. These guys are picked up from gyms. They're street people who then become rich and famous and spotlights on them. And they are that personality. They're not going to freaking go to Yale and have doctrines and then scout it in the schoolyard. So shut up. Legendary boxer.
Eddie Hearn is on IFL TV talking about, so who do you guys really want to see? Don't you guys want to see Fury instead? I mean, that's a bigger fight. Last month he was like, Fury's too fat. He needs a tune-up. We're not fighting him yet. Now, as soon as Wilder is starting calling his bluff, he's like, let's fight Fury. Let's fight Jared Miller. Fucking clowns, man. You guys need to call that out, too.
Yo, I am legendary boxer because Coogan did a match. He said,
I want to see Fury. That fucking cocksucker, he's on fucking Eddie's payroll. Fuck that guy.
Oh, then he's like,
did you know Eddie Hearn pays his room and board? He pays for his train tickets, plane tickets, his hotels. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Right. Stop fucking lying.
He admitted that on video. He admitted that on his interview.
That's casual. We're gonna go out to your twin brother.
We go to your twin brother.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Oh, wait a minute. Matt waited for all of us to digress so he could get his.
Yeah, they're talking.
You wanted to? What do you want, Matt? What do you want?
Whenever he, Enrique, you ain't been here long enough, but whenever he looks off like that, like he looks this way, look, he's like,
I know.
That's his annoyed look. That's his annoyed look right now. He's like,
oh my God.
Oh my God! I just
the only thing that Legendary Boxer said to me was about glorifying Tyson and the fact that Tyson did some very degenerate, downright criminal things.
He's the same dude that glorifies Mayweather, so he should shut up.
All I can say is that you can take apart a guy's career and who he beat and what he's done. I think he has one of the best resumes, and he's one of the biggest stars of his career. But it's probably an awful human being. We don't know, but his career and what he was as a star speaks for himself. And I don't even know if that was even for debate. I don't know what Legendary Boxer wanted to debate actually, but again, Tyson.
Yo,
listen. You don't have to repeat it.
No, applaud this. How many Gabriel Rosados? How many Erickson Lubins? How many Vanez Martirosyan, you know, we're on that resume.
On whose resume?
Tyson's.
There's a lot of great guys on Tyson's resume. There are.
Hmm.
I don't even think that's up for debate.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Don King used to set a lot of stuff up for Tyson. That was a lot of money there, man. That was like one of the first $30 million fighters.
Just like with Ali, there was fighting going like, okay, that guy was not on Ali or Tyson or this guy's level. You can always say that. Yeah, you can say with names. He may not be a top 5 heavyweight of all time. I don't think anyone's saying that.
Yo, welcome to the Mike Tyson Show. Come in, call, voice your opinion. 425-569-52.
Mike gonna call out like, yo, where is Spawn next? Where is Spawn? My 3-0 will knock you out. 3-0. My 3-0. Yo. I tell you what knocked Tyson out, that motherfucking, what was those little fake Back to the Future boards? He fell in his forehead.
I forgot about that.
That shit went viral. Yo, legendary boxer still coming at you in the chat. Like, fun fact, Abner Mars his last the whole Superfly card combined. Why is he hating on the poor Superfly card?
And how's that coming at me? I don't understand.
Well, no, that he's like a PBC guy. Not necessarily a PBC guy. He just tries to defend the PBC because there's a double standard with HBO.
That is a very narrow-minded way to think about the sport.
Well, I don't think he's thinking about it that way. He just chooses to defend PBC because of the standard.
You should be able to criticize every promoter and every network.
True. But if he feels an abundance of criticism towards one way,
there may be a double
he's
standard.
He's trying to balance it.
There may be a double standard towards PBC, but again, if you are staunchly that guy and that's always waging debate, or just like with Alex Lemon for Top Rank, you're naturally going to have bias towards that. You're naturally not going to critique that thing that you campaign for the most the same way you critique other things. It's just natural.
Well, we'll go out to West Africa. West Africa. Muhammad, what's up?
Yo, what's up? I'm from Wakanda.
Oh, shit. Wakanda forever.
Yes, sir. So I'm really excited about the big heavyweight fight. But I don't understand why everybody's, giving Wilder an easy win. I mean, Ortiz is a great fighter. He's technical. He has a sneaky left hand, And I've seen him. He's getting lean. He's been running. He seems like in the best shape of his life. So that being said, I believe Wilder will win. And when he does, I want no excuses.
Yeah.
Ortiz is in good shape. He's motivated. This is his shot. He's been waiting for it for like years. So I think Wilder will win because I think he's just possessed. I mean, Wilder is on a mission. He wants that Joshua fight, and he knows that if he loses, it's not going to happen. So I'm picking Wilder. I agree with Matt with respect to Bivol. I see Bivol stopping Barrera about 7 or 8 rounds. Easy. I mean, I see it like I already seen it happen. I have no doubt about it. Now, with respect to Mike Tyson, I agree with you, Ness. I've been thinking this for the longest. Every time he had a legacy-defining fight, he lost it. Mike Tyson was a star because he was impactful. He had a lot of impact, and we should be all grateful to him for that. But as far as legacy, I mean, he always came up short against Holyfield, against Lennox Lewis. So I'm sure that he cannot take a flashlight hand from Wilder. So I believe Wilder can beat him if they were both in their prime. That being said, did you guys?
No, man. Tyson is a legendary great because he beat Larry Holmes and Spinks. Those are his biggest wins.
No, Tyson is legendary because he had a great impact on boxing. That's true. He was the first star because he was knocking everybody out. And like you said, back then people were in boxing, and Don King was a promoter. And then it was Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson. So I mean, everything was aligned for him to be a star. But he was not a great fighter. Absolutely not. How can you lose? I mean, Muhammad Ali, when you think about him, you think about Rumble in the Jungle, you think about the Thriller in Manila, at least you have 2 or 3 legacy-defining fights. If you lose in between or before, it doesn't matter. But when they call upon you, you answer present. That did not happen with Mike Tyson. So I agree with you 100% on that. That being said, did you see one Versailles eat a fried rat? Is that allowed in boxing?
Yes.
Yes. Did you see it, or yes, is it allowed?
I saw it. I saw a picture of it. And yes, it is.
I'm just kidding, man. I was tripping when I saw that. And I agree with Matt also with respect to Saddam Ali, because guess what, Ness? They wanted to fight Charlo, but they called Adolf Sanchez, and he said that Charlo's style doesn't sell, so that's why they're going to fight Kell Brook, because it make more money. That's my call.
Yeah, because I'm a fight fan that doesn't want to see who can beat the best. I want to see who can make the biggest check. We're gonna go out to EJ. Talk to me.
Yo, what's going on, Ness? Long time, man.
Too long.
Huh? Too long?
Too long.
I took too long. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you guys are talking about Mike Tyson and stuff like that, and Ness, you were saying that you don't think you think Wilder will beat him. Listen, it'll be a good fight, but listen, I don't know what you guys talk about, like weight and height and reach and all that. We're talking about you guys missing out on skill set. Tyson had a tremendous skill set. He was built to make tall guys miss him. When he started slacking off, and I agree with one of you guys mentioned before, is when he started getting into stuff like drugs and whatever, and he started slipping. But like, if they fought in their prime, Wilder know he'll be in a fight. I'm not gonna lie to you, because people think Wilder's rubbish. Wilder's very good. Wilder's very good. He hits very hard, but like normally most people would think Mike Tyson would win, but it'll be a very close fight, especially for the first early rounds, man. And Wilder can crack though, but I'll give it to Tyson. But I ain't gonna discredit Wilder in the sake of a bum. I'm gonna go Wilder on points. Probably I'm the first one tonight to pick him on points. I think it's gonna be a very cautious fight. Wilder hasn't been in the ring for a while, nor is Ortiz, so they're gonna take their time. When they start throwing bombs, it's gonna be like a chess match. Don't be surprised if it goes points. I got Wilder going on points, and it should be a great fight, man. I mean, Wilder. It depends on how Wilder wins. If Wilder wins by knockout, like you would win, then you want the Joshua fight. But this is Wilder's first opponent that hits hard and has actually got a longer reach than him as well. So it's going to be very competitive, man. And also with the UK fans about AJ, man, you can flame AJ. AJ ain't fighting the best of competition, but none of them are. Tyson Fury's a bum. Like, what's Tyson Fury doing? He gave up his Ring magazine, didn't even put up a fight. So no one's really trying to dare to be great. But Wilder right now is fighting the most dangerous man in the division, so you got to give up to him and give him his props. The UK first and foremost, I give him his props, and at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And obviously, you move on to AJ and Parker, which most people think AJ should win the fight. But it should be a great fight, and I wait for you, Mr. Nestor Gibbs, to come to the UK if that fight is in the UK. So Oh
no, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. There you go. That's right, man. Now you're doing a good job, like following Wilder and helping build him up. And I say Wilder, the only thing people worry about is Wilder might be overlooking this fight. You know what I mean? He might be overlooking Ortiz for some reason, and that's not a very good thing. It happens a lot of times when you're thinking about another big fight and then you get caught up. And if he was to lose to Ortiz, I'm not gonna disrespect him and say he was a bum and all that. Nah, man, he like they should have a rematch. They probably have a rematch if that was the case. That's all I got to say. Thanks you very much, and I'll catch you guys another time.
Wilder addressed that too. He's not looking over him. He's window shopping.
He through him. We're looking through him. Yeah, I'm not looking at you dudes. I'm looking past you.
It's all hype. That's all hype.
With that boomerang, boomerang is definitely.patreon.com/the boxing voice. Find out all these extra perks. Hours and hours of extra boxing content. Check that out. Stainless.
Yo, first off, I didn't pick on Bill Barrera. That's a tougher fight for me to pick one, to be honest. I'm kind of leaning towards Bivol because I think he got more in his tank, and we just ain't seen it all yet. But Barrera always seems to come back, man. So, man, like you said, outside of the loss to Ward, which is like a loss to Mayweather, there's nothing you can really say about him. And if anything else, a loss that he took to Mayweather, I mean, that that changed his game and elevated it. So I'm 50-50, man. I'm gonna lean towards Bivol. But if I'm wrong, I won't be upset. On this Mike Tyson Wilder debate, I just had to get in on that. I'm gonna have to agree with Ness. Wilder's got a jab. I don't know if you noticed, but when he fought Holyfield and when he fought Lennox Lewis, especially Lennox, man, they came with that jab, and that killed Mike Tyson's game. Now, you can put it on Prison, Customato, Robin Givens, Nation of Islam, whatever the rate, whatever you want. But even in his prime, like everybody who fought Mike Tyson was afraid of him. Deontay Wilder ain't a scared man at all. So like he'd already beat everybody before they even got in the ring with him. So they plan already went out the door before they got hit, and they had to come up with a new plan. So yeah, I think Deontay Wilder, I mean, he doesn't have the best jab, but he definitely uses it. He's got a strong right and a sneaky left uppercut. And a sneaky right uppercut, too. So, yeah, I think Wilder might have got him. And that's pretty much all I got on that. But I do got to say on that, did you ever figure out who produced that one track on that on the
we got to ask Mickey. We got to get that info. We got to get that info from Mickey. But Mickey's listening. Mickey, he wants to know who produced that Deadly track.
Yeah, man. Shit. If you got his number, text him my number, man. Tell him, Mickey text me because I love to get a hold of that, man.
You need WhatsApp to get.
Man, I love to get all the
text.
Yeah, you're gonna need WhatsApp or iPhone. Yep.
I got WhatsApp. But it's that Deadly, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I heard that shit, man, like, that shit just, like, set everything off, bro. Like, it was like, yeah, like, I'm so serious. Like, Ness, you know, I done said it, like, 3-4 times since yesterday, but, man, y'all should really consider hitting up one of these major stations with this boxing shit and pitch that shit to them, man, because that shit, I don't want to say it like that, but it was better than, what's the Showtime All Access?
I don't know. Some people, I had some critiques, man. I had some critiques. Some people said it was missing narration, like we needed to have a narrator, but that's probably because that's what they're used to with HBO and All Access.
I think.
See, I felt like it didn't because it made it more personal. You know what I'm saying? Like it almost made me feel like I was there because there wasn't somebody narrating to take me out of it. You know what I'm saying? It was just. You know what I'm saying, like a back and forth, not just between like y'all and Deontay, but the entire camp. You know what I'm saying, like when y'all got to talk about what songs y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all make babies with or practice with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like you could see it just broke into you know what I'm saying, it just broke into a natural ass conversation, which made me think.
Yo, like, Matt found the name of the DJ.
It put me in that motherfucker.
Matt found the name of the producer for you, Stanley. He's gonna text it to you because he ain't gonna be able to pronounce it. Let me get to some other callers, my friend. We're going out to Alex in Cuba, but in Canada. What up?
You know
what up, man? What's going on, man?
Hey.
Yo, let me start with this. Deontay Wilder is a fucking beast, man. I think he's really good. I think he'll beat Mike Tyson in his prime, bro. When you look. Mike Tyson got in there with bumps too that he didn't knock out. That Wilder knocked out every bump he was in there with. So don't give me that, bro. I think Wilder's much bigger, he much faster. I think he's a beast. I think that highly of this guy. I think he'll beat Joshua. I think he'll beat Tyson in his prime. And then on the other hand, I also think Bivol's a beast. I think he's really good. I think he's better than Beterbiev. I think he's better than Kovalev. I think he's like the best, probably a light heavyweight. But you know me, man. I'm always gonna go with my Cubans, man. And that's it. I'm gonna go with Ortiz by knockout and Barrera by knockout, man. They're trying to put the fuck to my people, man. But you see, they put an end to super tough. We're gonna win. We're gonna win, bro, because that's how we do it.
I like that, Alex. You pick your bloodline.
I like your nationalism.
And check this out. I need to say this because I'm white, bro. I'm Cuban white. but you don't see me doing this.
Talk about racist.
I'm not racist, but I'm telling you, I'm not racist. I always go with my Cubans despite race, bro. That's why
I'm Cuban white. I'm just not racist.
These people, like, you see it, I can't believe this shit. This is the weakest shit I've seen in boxing in that Canelo Triple G conference. All these Mexicans out there going like, Mexico for Triple G. I was like, get the fuck out, man. That's so weak. You'll never see a Cuban. Against the Cuban, you ain't never see no Cubans rooting for a guy fighting a Cuban, no matter what color they are. This is crazy, or how they fight. That doesn't matter. You're like, oh man, this guy goes out there and takes punches to the face. Oh, that's Triple G. No, that's dumb, man. I never see no Cuban doing that.
Yeah, but Alex, it's also your nationality. Cubans are the art of hit and not be hit, or
no, doesn't say like that.
You know that the Mexican style is based off take one, land three, or some shit like that.
Ricardo Lopez didn't do that. Juan Manuel Marquez didn't do that, and he's probably the best of this generation before.
He didn't do it. Listen, Marquez didn't do it traditionally, but he always gave you some. Get out of here, bro. We all watched.
No, he didn't give you that. And neither did Ricardo Lopez. He's not about the style. You go with your guy, bro. You ain't never rooting for no stranger. Puerto Ricans don't do that either. They go with the Puerto Rican guy. Bro, what is this? This is weak. We don't do that. You go for your guy, man.
Yeah! You know what, though? Mexico's huge, man, and Triple G promoted himself as the Mexican style, so
that's weak, but don't fall for that. I'm trying to say you're weak if you fall for that. Yo, I don't care. What is the Cuban style? Who's Cuban style then? You saying Canelo fought Cuban style against Triple G in the first fight because he boxed and like moved around? Is that Cuban style? Come on, man.
No, that's according to Abel Sanchez, that's Mayweather style. Alex, it's a pleasure, brother. Thanks for calling in.
On the Triple G Canelo press conference and the Mexicans supporting Triple G at that press conference. You have to remember, that was in LA. LA is a Triple G hometown area.
Yeah, but it's also a
Mexican area, bro.
Yeah, but it's not Mexican like it. Mexican's different than Mexican. It just is. There is a difference.
You're not supposed to relate to a Russian dude. I don't care, man. I don't care about no Russians. I even root for a Mexican against an American sometimes, most of the time. And I can't play no Russian. That's weak.
LA people ride with LA brands. Triple G has been synonymous with the Dodgers. Has been synonymous with other LA.
He threw a pitch for the Dodgers. That's not being synonymous with the Dodgers. Going out there and throwing this starting pitch is not, oh my God, Triple G is the same as the Dodgers. No.
Pancakes because they flipping on Canelo. They're going to be sad because Canelo's not going to fucking lose. Canelo's talking greedy.
Yeah. I'm not funny on him by KO.
Boy,
yeah. He's like,
getting hurt.
He's pissed about that too. He's pissed. He talked about an interview about how all these Mexicans rooting for the outside. What the fuck is that? Because he thinks he's weak, just like me. We don't do that. I think he's going to knock him out.
Hablando a ti, no tú, por tu pedador, porque está calladito.
Yeah. He did definitely make note of the fact that Triple G doesn't say shit. That was fucking help.
Because he lets his hand do the talk.
You know he lost, bro. You know he lost because look at the fight. When Canelo sat on the ropes and was telling him, "Yo, come, here I am," in that shoulder shell. He did in that Philly shell. He didn't go forward. He literally backed up and said, "Nah, I don't want none." He was defeated morally. He knows.
They 0.5, allegedly 2 million. They think they could do it again just as a secret match.
Or maybe they shift the money or budget towards TV ads and making them better, because the first fight was a little bit subpar, I would say, for the promo. Like the promos weren't anything to write home about. Like when you have a great fight, you need to make a great fucking promo.
Yo, Matt, but you and I are in the business of digital media, and we know it doesn't take the budget of a New York City press conference. With the budget, let me tell you something. With the budget,
I'm not talking about digital. I'm talking about TV. That's why.
It's still digital. It's still digital.
They had an ESPN commercial.
It's still digital, man. What are you talking about?
You have to pay for slots and prime time slots that cost money.
Oh, you're talking about advertisement.
Talking about advertisement on television.
Oh, you're talking about advertisement.
Like,
Yeah, you gotta be clear.
We have March Madness coming up. Throwing that all over ESPN or whatever would be really.
I'm sure that's going to be that
30-second promo that's, you know, movie quality, not what they did for the first fight. If they put the budget towards that,
I don't know. I think the first fight had a real killer promo. I remember.
It was like green screen. That's all they ever do for every fight. Even the Floyd Mayweather fight, they green screened it. They made something blow up in the background.
Also far.
All right. Well, let's get back to these callers.
Very cookie cutter for promos nowadays. Come on.
All right. Well, you know, let's get back to these callers. We can't please everybody. You know, we can't always make Matt happy.
That's true.
Matt's bitter.
I'm usually happy.
Usually, always is like he's always mad.
I'm the hater. That's okay.
And it's only 6:30, man, over there, right?
So, JD, you might have to get the Dollar DiBiase create your intro. You might need to get him to resend that to me. JD.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you might have to get him to resend that. Yeah, don't have that JD motherfucker. But real quick, shout out to Stainless who says, you know what? Here goes 5 more just to get that TBV Studio Fund challenge going. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put us in the studio. But JD, what up? How are you, my friend? Before I even hit the clock, I'm gonna just ask you my personal question. They're giving you $2,800 if you bet 100 on the first round. Is it worth the bet for Wilder? KOing.
I don't think so. What's the? I mean, when I bet, I bet the odds. Like, what's the odds in that? That's like going to the roulette table.
Well, the odds are he's minus 335. Wilder is.
Yeah, but I'm saying on that round though. Like, how can you predict the round? Like that's almost like going to the roulette table and saying, you know, let me put $50 on you too.
Well, he's got a 49% first round KO ratio.
Right.
Yeah, but come on now.
So then he's saying no. That's what he had to say. Nah,
I will say no, JD. Say no. What you scared of?
He like trying to get the money right now. We're not asking.
All right. Well, when I come in here Saturday night on the live fight chat, like, oh, we're going to Vegas. That's all I'm saying.
Third round at least. Third round
with that. I'm gonna tell you why you can get the fuck out of here with that shit. Because Luis Ortiz is winning this fight.
Yo, JD, listen to this. Just for that, the fucking clock is on. We don't want to talk to you no more. It's ticking. The clock is ticking, my friend.
Let me explain. Skill-wise, who would you say had more boxing skill? I always go off of skill. I'm consistent with my skill pick. If the fighter is more technically sound, I'm always gonna go that way.
Well, Wilder's untraditional.
Let me tell you.
And powerful.
Yo, hold on. Let me get this because the clock started. Yo, secondly, Molina rocked that boy. Right? I know y'all remember the boy had the bad judo leg.
Eric Molina?
And if y'all go and look, yeah, Eric Molina had that boy on spaghetti leg. But if you type it in, it's in YouTube. I think it's like top 4 times Brahma been rocked or some shit like that. And yo, the boy chin might be questionable. Listen, I'm just saying this. Ortiz is the hardest hitter this dude has faced. Ortiz is accurate, very accurate with his punches. I'm just saying, if he gets caught,
you selling pipe dreams, man. You selling pipe dreams. Maybe Enrique ain't as knowledgeable enough to defend, but I sure am. Talk to me about David motherfucking Allen and how he lasted. Did he even get knocked out?
Yes, it was a TKO.
Well, he lasted too many rounds.
Listen, listen. You remember when Keith Thurman fought?
He hit Ortiz too. David Allen did, okay?
Yeah, okay. And did he rock him? No, the boy chin is solid. I'm just saying, Brian Jennings hit him too. He touched him up. Jennings got power.
Jennings got power? Oh, Jennings got power, the same guy that couldn't knock out Spielka or Mike Perez? He's got power. Who he knocked out, actually, JD? Who he knocked out? And let's go on the record. Let's go on the record. Let's go on the record in your last 20 seconds and let the listeners know that you always try not to pick the favorite, don't you? This is not the first time you do this on air, is it?
I always pick the most skilled guy. I thought Jacob had the more skill than Triple G.
Oh yeah.
You could buy haters.
No, let him keep telling on himself. Let him keep telling him. Hey, Jacobs.
Real quick.
Who lost?
Real quick. Hey, I did pick Peterson against
Earl Spence.
He had more skill.
He picked Peterson against Earl Spence. I want to see how many people jump off his bandwagon now. They were all riding with him. All the AJ protectors was riding with him. And now, listen closely. Hey, this same guy right here picked Peterson to beat Earl Spence. This is why I let him go on, because I know that he's known for this. He's known for picking the wild card.
Hey, real quick, I gotta say, fuck Abel Sanchez, and I'm out.
I'm wishing on the stars.
Tell me about it. Peterson over Earl Spence, credibility shot right then and there.
He brought up everyone that he lost. He didn't win any of those fights.
But because he always picks crazy. It's like I said, 2018, Ness is the best. No more with the bullshit.
He picked Jeff Horn. He was right about that.
No, he didn't.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
He picking wild.
Yo.
Yo.
Show without info, Joe.
First round knockout. Give us that info.
Man, hold up before I even get to that. I got a whole spiel for that. First of all, man, shout out to you guys, man, with the documentary, man. The shit was dope, raw, uncut. It was epic. Y'all did it 24/7 before Showtime did, man. It shows why TBD is pound for pound. Y'all set the bar high. Great job, my boxing brothers. Okay,
now we gotta be compared to 24/7. Why we can't be our own thing?
I'm just, hey, you call it whatever you want, but it's like a 24/7. Come on, man. I'm giving you a dap. Much love from above, man.
I'm playing with you, Joe. You my boy.
What up, Cash?
What up? Long time.
Hey, put me down for Barrera. I only seen Bivol fight twice, man. I ain't seen him fight nobody, and looks like he's just a puncher to me. Put me down for Barrera. And as far as the Showtime card, the guy that's fighting Andre Dirrell, his name is Jose. I can't pronounce his last name. Put me down for Jose. Dirrell ain't looked really good since the Super 6, man. I always thought at the end of the day it would be him and Andre Ward battling, but he never, I don't know, man. The dude fell off big time, man. But as for put me down for Wilder, after he drops the atomic bombs on Ortiz, y'all gonna see a mushroom cloud over Brooklyn, KO in 8. I don't know about picking a KO in 1, Ness. I don't know, man. Ortiz is a badass Cuban, man. The dude, it ain't no slouch, and I do believe this is gonna be Wilder's hardest fight. He's gonna have to bite down and dig deep to win. But I'm picking him to KO Ortiz in 8. Now, on another note, which I was talking about with Iron Mike. Hey, man, Mike held the sport down, man, and passed the torch to Floyd. he made boxing back then what it is today, man. They all riding on his coattails as far as pay-per-views and selling out arenas. Under Customato, I would say he would beat anybody. I think after Customato, Mike was crazy, and he did need to be on meds, but Customato knew how to channel that craziness into that ring, had the boy focused like a beast. But after Customato died, he got to fucking with the drugs, it was the broad, and the people and his handlers around him didn't give a fuck. They didn't care about his career, and they just wanted to juice him for his money at that time. But I think Lennox Lewis, Holyfield, and Mike Tyson would beat AJ and Wilder and Tyson Fury. That heavyweight era was better than this era. That's my call. Shout out to all the callers, all the listeners. Miss all y'all. Peace, TVB.
Peace.
And I'm the opposite. I think AJ, Fury, and Wilder all beat Tyson.
I doubt it. And Lennox and Evander.
I didn't say that. I ain't say Lennox.
He don't like Tyson.
I ain't say Lennox. No, it's not that I ain't like Tyson. Tyson had a different style. He had to be on the inside to be effective. He had short arms, and he was a low ass dude.
But you saw how much he moved to get in the inside?
Yeah, we saw. But he also did it on people that were intimidated. People that were intimidated. That's all. Bottom line.
But you don't see that whole
That's my theory. That's my theory. That's my theory. That's my theory. People that were intimidated. That's it.
Somebody said Reese Mack said Ness smoking crack.
It was as simple as some people to put a stiff arm in Tyson's face and stop all that shit. Lennox schooled him. School.
And also a decade and a half after his prime. So okay.
Yo, we always gonna have excuses for y'all. Y'all always gonna make up excuses. Yo, listen. Immediate reaction show Saturday night. People gonna be making excuses. All right, Enrique. Remember when you call in here drunk off Duce? Remember I said that Saturday they're gonna be making excuses for this fight.
Of course.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't think Showtime, see you on there, not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I wanted people motherfucking just fight, I think I'm gonna fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't know what that form I do? Just move on. Gone. Fuck you. Man, quiet ratio, come stop donate.
That's true, Georgie. HBO be putting a true fight. Yo, what up?
What's happening, people? Guys, so my favorite. What's going on, brother?
What's with this low energy, Georgie? What the fuck, man?
He waiting a long time.
You come in low. Come on, man.
That track is crazy high energy.
You like Ortiz. That's what's going on. This is so natural, baby.
Who you going for though? Ortiz?
Yo, you look good. Don't you look good?
He look in shape.
Wilder. It's gonna be a short. Listen, 12 rounds. That's it. Decision. Maybe even controversial. Who knows? But why did you get this? Wilder knocked him out first round like fucking. Wilder happened to knock him out in the first round, like Ned says. Thing I jumping on the wagon.
It's possible. I'm telling you, it's possible.
Yo, Wilder listening right now. Wilder listening right now. So I want all of y'all to call in and say you want a first round, because Ness put the house on first round. We going to the fucking bank, baby. We going to the bank, and I'm going to play the evil laugh after I win.
Mm-hmm. I'm going on the first round, too. I'm putting 200 on the first round, 100 on the second, and 200 on the third round.
Oh, my God. That's a lot of, yo, that's like 5600 you put 200 on that first round. Whoo. Now, you going back to Martiz with that.
Martinique, you mean?
Oh, well, whatever.
Yo, well, what about Ortiz? What's the like if you put 100 on him to win by decision? What you win like?
Matt, what you got on the site that would not be named until we announce our relationship?
Oh, hold on, let me find it. Let Georgie finish his call and then.
Yeah, Georgie.
Go ahead.
Georgie, we're gonna start the clock over for you. We're in the Christmas spirit around here.
Go, Georgie. Go, Georgie.
It's your birthday.
Listen, you guys in a great mood, so I'm not gonna talk about the mafia. I'm gonna give you a little break.
All right.
But this is a good fight, though, because this is the best opposition Ortiz I ever seen. And he's going to make whatever, the way he performs is going to set it all. If this shit happens to be close, it's not a good look. But he should be dominating guys. So he says that people are going to question why you didn't knock him out. He's old, this and that. And we know the repertoire.
You'll be the first one online saying that, right?
Pretty much. I mean, he's supposed to let him out. But Ortiz is good. He must be on that juice, huh? They testing, battle testing anybody, nobody give a fuck.
Yeah, 7-8 times he got tested.
He got tested like 10 times by Vada. He
Vada.
clean.
A fucking investigation from the committee, bro. Call the commissioner. Listen,
George, you sound like you have sleep.
You guys always fucking, always the best in the business. Everybody out there support, donate, enjoy Patreon.
Georgia, did you see the documentary?
I see that shit. That shit is beautiful. What's that, Cash Show? That's you, Cash Show?
Yeah, it's me and the team. It's me and the team. And Mickey. Yeah, Mickey.
Man, magnificent, brother. Proud of you. Keep up the good work.
I had to fight for that, though. I had to fight.
Yo, just know Mickey's listening, Cash.
It's all good.
He's listening as Mickey Cabarelli.
That's the thing. He was in the same room when I argued and threw elbows.
Throw them bows.
He knows what adding water to soup does.
202, is that Marcus?
Marcus.
There's multiple 202s, I believe.
No, this is Hardcore Boxing News.
What's up?
Who?
How y'all doing?
Who's this?
I'm a new caller, man.
First time caller? All right. Well, we're going to play the first time caller intro. Let the world know your name and where you're calling from. And you can say wherever you said. I just didn't catch it.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yeah, my name's Jay, Hardcore Boxing News.
Jay, Hardcore Boxing News. What's going on, brother? Before I start the clock, I'm asking everybody, look, I normally don't bet, right? So before I start the clock, I'm not robbing you for your time. I normally don't bet. But we put a little money down, man. We put a little money down. It was just too enticing to go for first round. I mean, Wilder did it the last time. Do you see a first round? Is that any sort of possibility? And what is the percentage on the probability?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it could happen because that boy got them equalizers, man. That boy, Luis Ortiz coming in cold and Wilder catch him. It's lights out. I mean, I can't go against Wilder no more, man. That power just bailed him out there for everything, and he got a jab. So, you know, I can see that happening. Actually, that $200 sounds good on there.
Oh, yeah. No, 200 gets you 5,600. Like, Matt, you could be, like, in DR with 3 chicks.
That's what I say. It sounds good, yeah.
For a week.
Yeah, that sounds good. I might have to go out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm just going with my picks real quick. I definitely got Wilder. I feel though he can definitely win that. I mean, we got to look at the elephant in the room when we talk about Ortiz for the simple fact he is a hell of a boxer. And normally, we always say a good boxer always beat a good brawler. Well, goddamn Wilder is the exception, man. I can't go against him on that, man. And the boy confidence is through the roof. So I just feel, though, that Ortiz ain't got a chance. Well, he has a chance. So I can't say that, but I feel Ortiz wins that. I mean, that Wilder wins that for sure. With Bivol and Barrera, I really think that Bivol's going to win that. Barrera's definitely a good fighter, but I just feel as though that Bivol has all the tangibles and everything. He got the momentum behind him, like what you all were saying. And I think the only reason Andre Ward did that face-off with him is put a thermometer out there just to see what the people would say. You know, they competitive. So I think Andre knows if anybody, that dude would be the most competitive for him of anybody.
See, but that's why it won't even be big, because Floyd would never do that. Floyd would let you build up who's the next guy. Just like Danny said. Danny said they always gonna have a next guy. But you said your name was Jay, right?
That's true.
Hardcore Boxing News?
Yeah, Jay.
And you're calling from DC?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm from DC.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, man. We're going to get to some other callers here. We got Hyman. What up?
Shit. What's going on, guys?
What's up, brother?
Hello?
Yeah.
Cool. Not much. Calling for a second time. Met Matt at the press conference on Tuesday.
Oh, what's up? Cool.
Oh, so, what up, Hyman?
Hey, what's up, man? So, real quick, my prediction, I got Wilder winning TKO between round 5 and 6. I think Wilder's pretty good right now, coming off a high from beating out Severn. I think, plus, no one's really asked the question, does Ortiz really have a good chance? Has he been tested yet? Wilder does have some pop, so I have not heard anybody ask that question just yet. Can Ortiz take the punch? So I think he goes in the middle. I think round 6, or I think Wilder gets him. And to go into it, Tyson, I'm with you, Nestor. I don't think Tyson would have been able to take a guy like Wilder out. He's too athletic, too good. And not prime for prime, I go Wilder all the way.
Crazy, man.
Damn.
And
all the way, not even like
real quick.
Tough fight for Wilder.
No.
Crazy.
No.
Crazy. I disagree. But go ahead. Real quick.
You're saying Larry. You guys put Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes was pretty old at the time. Came back. He only came back for the money. Spinks? Yeah, Spinks was good. I mean, Tyson was good for the era he was in. There was really nobody there. And then when the competition finally came up to him, came up short. And we're going to glorify him for being the baddest man on the planet. Nestor called it out. When people got the ball and said, fuck it. They stepped up to him. Yeah.
Who on Wilder's resume beats like you said, Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, Frank Bruno, Dom Ruddock?
They don't have to. It's Wilder.
If you're going to pick apart Tyson's resume, then you have to be objective and then pick apart
Tyson. Listen, Tyson was subject. Tyson's kryptonite was Wilder's entire being, bro. The height, the reach.
Who's going to win this fantasy matchup? Because that's the point. It's about the arguments being made. If the argument being made is like it's all about the resume, then you have to look at the other side's resume too. And the other side's resume does not have the wins of a Tyson. Selective objectives. That's what it's called.
I was in Tyson's era. Tyson's era was different from the Wilder era. And we all agree that Wilder is an athletic specimen right now. There's nobody that is. We haven't seen someone like Deontay Wilder. Have you seen anybody in the 90s that Tyson fought of the caliber of Wilder?
Well, the problem is that they're going to call you a fanboy. They're going to call you a fanboy for saying that he's athletic, and they're going to say that that footwork is shit.
You haven't seen a heavyweight today hit a heavy bag the way Tyson hit the heavy bag, bobbing left and right and killing that shit within seconds. So Mike Tyson used to destroy heavyweights. I'm not taking that away.
Lennox Lewis used Mike Tyson for a heavy bag.
Not an easy fight for Wilder to fight Mike Tyson.
Lennox Lewis used Mike Tyson as a heavy bag.
The win, the $200, the $2,800 bet would have been towards Mike Tyson. That's $2,800 on 100.
Yes, you need to stop bringing up the Lennox Lewis fight because even though that is one of his legacy defining fights, that was a decade and a half after his prime. The argument is prime versus prime. Prime Tyson was an athletic specimen, was a great technically skilled boxer, and he beat guys that are better than anyone on Wilder's resume until on Saturday.
Matt,
then Wilder has an argument.
Listen, the point, like I said when we first ever talked about this topic, I said Wilder was intelligent. I said, me and Matt brought this up. We said how Wilder needs to interject himself with the names of the past. And now this is a topic that will live forever. People will forever be mad, and all it's going to do is add to the Mayweather effect. You're going to hate him even more and want to see him lose. And when he knocks out Lewis tomorrow, you'll be still mad, hoping that Joshua does it, and you'll be still mad when he doesn't. We're going to D.C. Marcus, talk to us.
Yo, baby, that's where you on their ass today, man. Let me just check the topic first of all, man. Good hey, y'all on here, man. about to sit down making a video man about that documentary. Yo, check this out.
Wait. Before you
that's a good bet, Ness.
Before you go in,
it's a great bet, Ness.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It's a great bet because look, Wilder's the equalizer is the slamming the right hand down the middle, which is kryptonite to southpaw. So if anybody has a chance to cash in on a first round knockout, it's Wilder. So yeah, $100 for 2,800 or 200 for 56 is a hell of a bet. Whether you win or lose, the chance to win it with the guy who's in front of you is more of a chance that you got winning the Bible. He can easily 50-50 shot that he can knock him out. Especially if he catch winning, let's say he put 10 stacks on it. Oh my God, you see what I'm saying? So if he's motivated and the next one when it's over, might he put 10 stacks on that, he gonna go in the first round. He might try to
oh my God, I hope you're listening to the show.
If he don't get it,
I'm gonna text him and tell him what's
if he don't get it, then he probably get back on what he was going to do anyway. But if he see that right hand down the middle, he should try it. Fuck it. Freeman did it. You know what I'm saying? With the Superman Jungle. Yo, Matt, gotta get you on this one. You said that Triple G's popularity is just with like Mexican Americans. You must have forgot they took him over to a stadium in Mexico City. Nobody else had ever had the round of applause he had at the soccer game that wasn't no soccer player. So it's not just transcended in Mexico. It's simply Cali is with Mexican Americans. He has fans in Mexico too that like the way he fights. All right, let me get on this other part.
I didn't see that. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, check your resume. Yeah, check it. He went to a Mexico stadium. They took him down to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? On this fight though, look, this is a fight. Okay, so boom, let me talk about this. Mike Tyson in his heyday was a good dude. But what Mike Tyson had that heavyweight didn't have back then, Mike Tyson had athleticism. So when the athleticism caught up to what he's doing, I want a lot of people to remember this. But Mike Tyson at his prime fight was prime. That when you see him at, he was 215. 215. See what I'm saying? What he had shown, and what even Holyfield had wound up showing later is that when these skilled big men start beating on you for 8, 9, 10 rounds, you start deteriorating. A 215-pound man can't take that type of beat. Albeit, Wilder poses some opportunities for Mike because of some skills that he doesn't have, probably some of the quickness with the weaving. But I don't know that Mike punches going to hurt this man as a huge fan. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at the difference in the era. Holyfield was 208, Mike was 215, and Mike was bigger than Holyfield. Holyfield walked the dome on his ass. You see what I'm saying? So what he going to do with a 240-pound angry athletic dude? You feel me? So and if you watch when they go against Tony Tucker when he was going to get the third title, the IBF title, Tony Tucker stood as well, but they was fighting 15. You see what I'm saying? And Tony Tucker 20 to 30 pounds lighter than Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And that was Tony TNT Tucker. The hit TNT ain't nothing like that shit your man got in his right hand. You know what I'm saying? So you know, people keep shit in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Mike was really good at the time. But Mike beat 38 bumps before he fought Trevor Burke. You know what I'm saying? So for the part of the resume part, last thing I throw my round is he can't have a resume because it's the resurrection of the heavyweight era. So his legacy, Deontay, all of them is going to be on fighting each other. Parker, Joe, Joshua, Wilder, Fury, and whoever else they get. That's going to be the main 4 or 5 people. That's what their resume and that's what they're going to bring. So this is hopefully this is the resurgence that they create new heavyweights that come in while they're still around. Because now what makes people popular is having an old name to hang on your tag when you leave it. Those dudes they didn't have anybody who was really reigning in the heavyweight outside of Vladimir. Joshua was the only one that got hold of. We saw his vulnerability in that too. But man, good shit, y'all, man. I've been watching the clips for the first part. Next, I've seen the other part. I'm gonna watch that documentary. I'm back at y'all, man. Good seeing y'all, man. Wilder for the win. Barrera for the win too. My man.
Yeah, I just texted him. I told him. I let him know. We about to sway the betting line. I let him know.
Before we go to the next caller, I just want to add that I have no issue with anyone picking Wilder in this fantasy matchup against Mike Tyson. The argument has to be sound, though. If you're arguing he's taller, more athletic, he has power, his jab, you keep him at distance, I buy it. I buy it. Once you get into resume, that's not a fair argument because Wilder has an incomplete resume. And think about the argument that Marcus just used against Tyson. He beat 38 bums before he beat Trevor Burbick. What are people talking about Wilder and who he's beat until he's fighting Luis Ortiz? It's the same narrative. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's the same narrative. So the arguments have to be sound when you're talking about these fantasy.
Pac had a song like that, and it was called
"Keep It on Skill," and then that's a fair discussion.
All around the world, same song.
Oh, you weren't completing it? Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't completing it.
Oh, we got the next caller.
Well, let's go to JP. And he's in.
I'm gonna have to just go with Wilder Tyson, based on we haven't seen a fighter like Tyson with that type of ferocity since. I mean, and you also have to take into account body type. And so around a body type like Tyson, there are some theories built around it. You have guys like a Charles Barkley or a Bo Jackson who have this big lower base, but they're really explosive. And Tyson is cut from that cloth, which is more rare than a tall guy who's using range. And so the explosiveness of Tyson, we just have not seen nothing like it. And even if you look back in the history of the game, there's been nobody that explosive, man. And so you get that at its peak when his mind went all fucked up on coke and bitches. Yeah, I'm taking him against a lot of people to get cleaned up, to get washed out early, knocked out. Real quick, next. Nobody ever asked you though, did you get in the ring with Wilder? You swore you was gonna get some sparring with him.
He ducked that work.
I ducked that work quickly, man. Every time we go there, he dropping sparring partners. I don't need none of that.
Okay, I love it. Yeah, appreciate the honesty. But yeah, like Wilder, man, people gotta understand this guy's been learning on the job this entire time. And so what you see now, him with this fucking juke move looking shit, I believe that's because he's just honed his craft and he's just doing more unorthodox things. For many prior in Wilder's career, you see him fight pretty much straight up and down, left, right, using the jab, or just kind of getting wild out there. But I think, I think he's honed his craft, and we got a new Wilder. And Bivol and
Yo, what about my bet, man? What about my bet? You gonna just let me lose money? I thought we was family.
I'm gonna tell you like this. It looked to me like the best bet of the weekend is Bivol. What's the odds? What is the plus 580 or what is it looked like selling B minus 280 or something. And I'm like, fuck, how good is Bivol? And why is they projecting such a odds in favor in his regard? Like, I don't understand why we got Bivol getting beaten Sully B so easily, but maybe it's something we don't know. We'll see. One more topic. It's a total insult to Manny Pacquiao to be offered to fight on someone's undercard. And that's just a slap in the face. And Bob, and I knew Bob was going to giving it to him raw with no Vaseline in the end. But, I just didn't expect him to ask him to step down and fight on an undercard. Real quick, I hear my time. I think it's interesting that Gennady Golovkin asking Canelo to be more aggressive. That's never been Canelo's style. So what I think it goes back to the strategic, meticulous marketing where they know it's a sentiment out there like Gennady's not hurting people no more. So what they want to do is forecast the aftermath and say, well, it's because Canelo's too defensive. You can't knock a guy out who's not fucking fighting. So I think they're already throwing that cast out there early. Tom Loeffler's been brilliant about his marketing and his strategic moves with this guy the entire time. And I think that's what it is, because he's not going to knock him out and he's not going to hurt him. And after this one, we're not going to want to see a trilogy because it's going to be the same exact shit again. That's my time, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Well, thank you for calling in, JP. As always, great call. Great call. We're going out to Dr. Mofongo. Matt says, tell me why Wilder beats a prime 86 Tyson. Breakdown attributes by category. Resume is void, Matt. Wilder has no stinks.
Why do you think
Lennox himself picked Tyson too?
Answer. Not me. I'm not the one that's dying and going over the hill for this argument and this debate. And that's you. So
you already came out on the show and verbally said you would pick Wilder to beat Tyson in this fantasy matchup.
I've never said that.
You just said it on the show.
No, I said that's not what I'm arguing.
No. All right, but he said it.
I said he's beating Ortiz. I never said he's beating Tyson.
All right. Well, I mean, Dr. Mofongo, if I haven't given you enough reasons as to why, watch the fights that he lost. It's that simple. Watch the fights that he lost and then put Wilder in his place. See what happens. You know, when those bombs start landing. Huh? Bomb squad! Come on, Matt. You know it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
What's good? Let's go with the bet, baby.
What up?
He goes down in the third round. He goes down in the third round. Let's make the bet. You did? Who you bet online with, man? I need to find a good little site to get on.
Wait for like an episode or two. We trying to link up with somebody reputable, and so we working on something to offer you guys a spot. That's the whole thing. But right now, yeah, man, they offering 2,800 for every 100 on that first round.
Yeah, I got to put all that. I'm gonna find myself when I put it over the place. I'm gonna find myself. That's. I mean, I look at it, but he got Johnny right there, right hand. That's the bird with down. I know this ain't no bird, but this heavyweight too, with power. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good chance. He's going out in the third round, but I mean that wasn't a bad bet. I wouldn't expect I was throwing under the week, you know.
Matt.
But
now get it,
Yeah. Look, with the Tyson situation, bro. We all a little Tyson wall back in the gap, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he don't understand when he's big at the same time, bro. That resume, bro. I mean, I get it. He got like two old fighters he had knocked out back. And I was a big Tyson fan, bro, until I got older. And I realized what really was going on, but I'm still a Tyson fan, bro, but that resume ain't really cracked up to me, man. He ain't beat nobody. I just like, that shit make you think about Adrian Brown or something like, you know what I'm saying? And it was really with the little kid, like the video fight, but with that time, whatever the good can't get over that hump. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever outside problems came into play, that's just what happened, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, that's bad luck. You did, but I think Wilder got a hell of a shot to beat. He got the body type, he got the power. You know what I'm saying? He got the speed. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a good argument, you know what I'm saying? Look at Clifton. Like, as long as Clifton been champ, who the fuck he beat? I'm gonna let y'all tell you that. Who the fuck Clifton beat?
I mean, I give Klitschko. I'm not one of those guys that discredit Vladimir. I think he did a marvelous job at heavyweight.
I mean, but look, I'm gonna tell you why you don't discredit him, because he's been champ for so long and all the do. It's all to be heavyweight champ that long. You know what I'm saying? At that top level. So who going to the Hall of Fame that he beat? Beside him?
Maybe David. Maybe David Hay.
David Hay is the best one.
David Hay.
Probably.
David fucking Hay.
Well,
he going to the Hall of Fame?
Maybe. Ray Mancini's in the Hall of Fame, man. You got to think about that.
Chris Bird will get in the Hall of Fame. Chris Bird won't get in?
Man, Chris Bird is fighting, don't get me wrong. Oh, whatever, I'm Chris Bird is fighting, man, but he's not going to the fucking Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? He's just a good heavyweight fighter who's probably going to be a broadcaster or something one day. That's it. Man, he couldn't crack it. Hey, man, come on, man. Who ain't going to Hall of Fame? We ain't had no knockout. We ain't got no knockout. I'm saying, man, but
if it's like that, but if it's like that, Wilder ain't getting in the Hall of Fame either.
Yeah, but like the call that you called behind said was him and Joshua fight, him and Fury, you know what I'm saying? The Ortiz fight coming up, like they just got that's just like the welterweight division. Those dudes got to fight each other down there. So you know what I'm saying? They put that next level. Now, once they fight each other, they're like, yeah, you solidify, you step. You know, Wilder beat all the family, they beat Joshua, then they beat Fury, then they beat let's say, Jordan Carter and Ortiz that they about to fight. I mean, it's a really good build for me. You know what I'm saying, too?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Big man, big. Well, see.
Look, Vladimir, no, Tristan, you know how to drive this division big, man, for a long time. They finally got so good the MMA and trying to beat each other now. Tristan ain't had that shit. So what I'm saying, like, if they got 4 guys, bro, that's at the top, and you become undisputed at everywhere right now, I think that's saying something. And I'm going Wilder for this fight, man. Wilder might take this dude out of the 3rd round, man. That's my call.
All right, NO, man. Thanks for calling in. Gary, Dallas, talk to us.
What's going on? What's that paying? 2,800 for every 100? Is that what you said?
Yeah, for every 100 in the 1st round.
Yeah, I take that bet. I mean, you can't sit there and expect to win that, but it's worth the odds. 28-1. Yeah, you guys, that's a good bet. But I gotta pick something up with the hipster real quick. Your fanboy Mike Tyson stuff embarrasses you a little bit. You said that Tyson was over the hill when he fought Lewis. So Tyson is younger than Lewis. So Tyson was over the hill. What was Lewis? And then you say Tyson beat Larry Holmes. Well, Larry Holmes was 39 years old, coming up a 2.5-year layoff. Like, where's your consistency?
Lennox Lewis was also over the hill for that fight.
Mike Tyson.
But we also have to remember that Mike Tyson was a champion at a much younger age. Years before Lennox Lewis was a champion. You know, age is but a number. You know, there's something called a fighter age. The amount of years you've been in the sport means more than the age next to your birth certificate.
Okay, so that win doesn't count. The Lewis's win is taken because Tyson was over the hill. But to count Tyson's win over Larry Holmes, who was 39, coming off 2.5-year layoff. Explain that. Like that's embarrassing. That's like saying Trevor Burbank beat Muhammad Ali, so Trevor Burbank's the greatest of all time.
I'm not. Did I ever say Mike Tyson was
the greatest heavyweight champion ever?
Did I ever say Mike Tyson was the greatest of all time?
No, you say Mike Tyson beat Larry Holmes. You might as well say he beat Larry Holmes, right? So in the end, like you said, Trevor Burbank the best. He beat Ali. It's like you embarrass yourself.
Are we gonna give Anthony Joshua? Are we gonna give Anthony Joshua credit for beating Vladimir Klitschko?
So,
yeah.
It's not a prime Klitschko. He was not that far removed from his prime. It's not like he beat
Was he not?
Circa 2012 or 2011.
Wasn't.
Was he not in his 40s? Was he not 41?
Yeah, but yeah, he was 40, but 30, 41, sure.
Larry Holmes is 39. So using your line of thinking, if age is but a number, then, or if the age number is very specific, then Larry Holmes is 39. He's younger. I count that win more.
Okay, so Trevor Burbank says Muhammad Ali, right?
Hmm?
So you gotta be consistent. Trevor Burbank, you would rank Trevor Burbank better than Ali because he beat Ali.
Did I say that I rank Mike Tyson over Larry Holmes? I did not say that either. You are assuming I am saying that. That is not what I'm saying.
So what was the purpose of saying Mike Tyson's resume includes
The name that he has on it.
It's like, yeah, not really.
When people come in and say that Mike Tyson beat no one, hold on, Gary. When somebody calls in and says, or Ness says that Mike Tyson beat no one, you have to counter that with names. Larry Holmes is one of those names. Just like Vladimir Klitschko is one of those names for Joshua right now.
I'll give you a name. Dollar DiBiase. Don't forget to hit up Dollar DiBiase. He got a Patreon. He is officially TBV's producer. He gets everybody their intros, you know. So if you want one, head on over to Dollar DiBiase. He's on all forms of social media, and I'm sure that all the young guys can help you locate him cooler. Let's get out to Ed Brown. Eddie Ed, what it do?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on, man?
Chill.
Just want to give my prediction. I'm going to take Wilder by 8th round knockout. And this whole argument about Tyson is that, look, when Casamano died, Tyson was out of his prime. That's all there is to it. All those losses that came later, it just, he never got focused again, and he was easy picking. So it's so stupid to compare these eras. We don't know who will beat who. It's so disrespectful to say who somebody beat. If you knock out 200-pound man, then that give you your props. So just that we don't know everybody or we don't all boxing. If you're a pro fighter, you're training. What you got to do. It's not going to be easy to knock you out. I couldn't do it. Nobody on this panel could do it. So let's just deal with reality. So no point in comparing the two eras. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm going to pick Wilder. That's my call.
Short and sweet. Well, thanks for calling in, Ed Brown. Matt. Yes. About that time.
Do you have the new outro ready?
Yo, drop it down just a bit. Oh, how we doing there?
That's good. I like that.
You good at that you like that pace? Do I need to turn you up in my headphones? Your level's good?
I feel like I'm good. I mean, I like this new beat by Dollar, though. Definitely check out Dollar DiBiase Patreon.
DiBiase.
On YouTube, on Facebook. Definitely check him out. Dropping all the best beats in boxing. And if you haven't checked out the documentary yet,
documentary.
One name, one face. God, just amazing. Mickey has done an awesome job with the editing. Enrique and Mickey did a great job with the filming of it. They even used some of our footage, Ness. Did you see that? I was like, whoa.
Yo, JD's such a hater on the super chat. Shout out to the super chat. Shout out to YouTube now allowing super chat on all mobiles. So Android, iPhone users, tablets, you could spread the love. Shout out to JD spreading the love. Sending it attached with a message. This argument is stupid. Eric Molina heard him. Mike Tyson would have killed him. But this is also the guy who's picking Luis Ortiz and also the guy that picked Lamont Peterson over Earl Spence. Just saying, Earl Spence, Lamont Peterson, there's levels to this shit.
And also check out Ruthie's Pastelas.
That's right. Ruthie's.
Really dropped the ball on giving that plug. And that's one of the best things you can do because that food, amazing.
True. See, Matt would only know this because he came to the East Coast and he was able to indulge in the Ruthie's, in the Pastelas of Ruthie. You know?
Yeah. Cool. Where can you find them, Ness? Where can you find the Ruthie's Pastelas?
You can find them on their social media.
Good.
Which is Ruthie's Pastelas on Instagram. And they cater.
They deliver in the tri-state area. Right?
Yo, Matt, you are
what? The best super producer in the business.
Oh, Cuz Hill, all in the Brooklyn Marriott, taking pictures. You know, I want Wilder to hit me back like, yeah, I know it's 2,800 to 1. You know what I'm saying? But
we doing overtime?
Are we doing overtime if you want to? I'm a workaholic. You know what I'm saying? Really quick though, Ruthie's original pastelas could be found by picking up the phone and dialing 568-1195. For all my Latinos, you already know what pateles are, and to have someone be able to deliver them, it's official. Plus, I've actually eaten them, all right? You know, I've actually truly eaten them. Plus, you know the owner of the company, which is Castle Hill Gill, calls into here frequently. He's a Patreon. He's also a fucking boomerang, and he don't even call, you know? So, it's located on 406 Soundview Avenue in the Bronx, New York City. 10473 is the area code, the zip code, and you can just go to www.ruthiespasteles.com or orders at Ruthies Pasteles because they deliver to the tri-state, B. So that's official for real, like Connecticut, New York. Now, I guess you could squeeze in Philly in it. It is considered a tri-state. So get your pateles on, man. I might have to get some for the weekend because of the fight. Yo, we're gonna be doing a lot. We're gonna do the live fight chat. Oh my God, it's gonna be so dangerous. It's gonna be like the reactions on that are gonna be insane.
Especially with the first round knockout.
I know.
Next be so loud. I'm just like muting him.
I'm gonna be mad if he gets the first round. I'm gonna be mad because I'm like, damn, I could have put 200. Maybe if I trip, that sound bad. Wrong. Maybe I'll convince Lucy to bet 100 too. Cause I'm betting 100. I'm betting 100 that Wilder knocks out Luis Ortiz in the first round. Guess how much you can win if you bet 100? 2,800. 2,800 in the first round. That's what I'm saying, yo. That's a vacay. Like, people are gonna be mad, but as soon as we win, immediate reaction show. That is your Sunday show. Me and my girl, we out with that 2,800. We jumping straight on a plane. We back. We out. It's like, no, thank you, Wilder.
We agree in the chat saying, inform me what pasteles they are so I can make some.
Who said that?
We agree.
He want to make some. You gonna have to. Kaz is an idiot. Fucking idiot. Pasteles, you're gonna have to taste them first, man. You buying the L's, Ness? What L's? Oh, if I win the 28, hell yeah, I'm buying some L's, man. Why wouldn't I?
You're buying that good shit, not that other shit that you've been getting.
Yo, matter of fact, that's what we'll do, yo. We'll fucking go back to Denver for some fucking weed trip. 2,800. Yo, I did a prop bet too, though. I bet on my boy Lenroy. Yeah.
I like that bet. That's
the
good.
White Rhino. I mean, yo, he's actually a plus 250. Can you believe it? Like,
really?
Yeah, like they still.
Why? Because they don't think he's gonna get the knockout.
Yeah, but yo, things are all different. Let me tell you what's different about this in the first fight. For the first fight, he didn't spar Deontay Wilder. For the first fight, he had one fight. That was his first fight with Ken Porter. Like, now it's on. Now they working. He was out there in ULV track with Coach Larry Wade and Badu Jack and Sean Porter.
Don't get me wrong. I think Lenroy is going to win. Also,
and he's southpaw.
Get to remember that he was also in the Deontay Wilder camp for sparring as well. He was sparring Deontay Wilder. Not the week we were there, but I think 2 weeks before we got there, Lenroy Thomas was in there along with.
Caparelli's saying that Allen is in shape, though.
Stop. When is Allen ever in shape?
I don't know. We're going to see if he's going to come with his little Rhino underwear to the weigh-in.
So, you know what, Ness? I changed my mind. No overtime tonight.
Nah, I can't do it tonight anyway. I got some household shit to handle. But I'm out, man. That's GTO. All forms of social media. All my super chatters, we love you. All our Patreons. That episode 1 and 2, courtesy to you guys. So we just want to continue to grow, get into the homes of all these other camps. I mean, we got Earl Spence coming up now that he's got Ocampos, Keith Thurman. So we working. Find me on all forms of social media at NSGTO. Matt?
You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TVB on Instagram, my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radio on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. YouTube did actually
stopped me from doing live streams for 90 days. They gave me a huge flag. Shout out to the UFC for being asked. So I cannot live stream for Mixed Combat Radio for 90 days, unfortunately.
Yo, you wildin'.
But I will be uploading still.
See?
Don't worry about that. Make sure you subscribe to all those forms of social media and platforms. Peace.
Peace. Yo, people like, yo, I need that 2800.
Yo, it was a good show, man. So leave your comments in the comment section. I'm EJ Boxing Live. I was just on a boxing voice show. Tell me who you think's gonna win. The Tyson argument is silly though, really. Wilder's got a lot to prove still. Who can be matched up against Mike Tyson, but he's on his way. And we'll have to see, man, in a couple of days. Peace.